wash my mouth, drawing me in and kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you, loves your curves and all your edges.
Good morning.
All your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning.
Good morning. I know, right? Gotta fix our camera for a moment. We had turned it down because of all the daylight that was streaming through the window yesterday.
How many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every move.
Still not, huh?
You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing.
Interesting.
It's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're great,
Is this okay?
I'm
All right. Checking. Testing. Testing. Testing.
all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all
Okay,
your
got it.
all your perfect
Where are we? White balance.
all to me, I'll give my all to you.
Dark
You're
Blade.
my end and
There we go.
Hi Sensei, I'm on weekly vacation, so Jay
Man with head off dog.
said. Hello MR Master,
Dark Blade.
said. Passing by to say hi.
Passing by, Darkblade. Good morning.
I give you all of me,
Wow.
and you give me all of you.
Got it. This is gonna have to do for now. All right, we're back. That was the last thing that I forgot to do. There were a few changes yesterday. Let's check out Sergey versus
Man with head off dog.
Poet Madriaga.
Have you read Aagaard books?
I have nearly all of the Aagaard books. The only one, unfortunately, that I've had the time to go through is positional
One
play.
time in his books he said he was addicted to chocolate.
Addicted is quite the word. So Sergey 2309 is leading our tournament. Let's check him out.
Man with head off dog.
Said. That might have been in his positional play book or his attack and defense book.
I am going to do those eventually. I have one other book that I'm doing for a curriculum in the classroom that I'm working on now.
Man Ika Queen.
Said. Master Chess Dojo High.
Man with head off dog.
Said.
Vani, how are you? Good morning. I am often living vicariously through Vani's workouts on Instagram.
Said. Master
This might be the first time you've ever been here. Have you been streaming? I haven't been able to bother you because I've been so busy lately. Incredibly busy, unfortunately.
said. Good morning.
The latest thing that I was working on was completing my
I'm
podcast.
good.
Man like a queen.
Said.
No way, is it streaming every day? Hold on, I'm checking your Discord. Am I not getting my notifications? I have to look. Last week I had muted all of my notifications because they were coming up during a lesson. And yours got muted too. Alright, I'm gonna fix that. If I can, right now. Are you ready to do some work on chess?
Man with head off dog.
Said.
I really do need someone.
Your NM title from.
Man like a queen.
Maybe you're not on Discord. Maybe I don't have
I'm
you.
very new to Discord.
I was pretty sure that I was getting notifications, though, that you were streaming. Wasn't it on Discord? I'm looking.
Van Eyck a queen.
Said. Yes, I am.
You could message me on Discord. That way I'll be able to track it down. I can't tell you how many servers I'm attached to on Discord. It's crazy. I should just go to my friends list. I think, although I don't know that I've ever messaged you on Discord.
Van Eyck a queen.
Said. No, it's not on Discord.
Oh, we've messaged each other on... Oh, that's right. I see it on Instagram. That's where I see it. Well, you can find me on my Discord. Obviously. And of course, I haven't checked out to see whether or not you've set up your YouTube yet. But my YouTube can be found there. I'm slowly getting around to a huge new project on a curriculum for improving at chess for Discord. We have two really poorly placed pieces here, and a very serious weakness on h7. So Sergey might be leading our tournament, but Boyette, I might not even take that. I might capture on...
Yes, I'm checking right now on Discord.
It is so great. I am so jealous, by the way. I don't know how jealous I really am, but I'm partly jealous. All right, let's just leave it at that. By the way, the singer of this current song is a former student of mine. She gave her last New York concert on Friday, and then she's moving on to Europe. This is interesting. I don't know if we can tactically justify any of this, but I know we're trying. This looks like Devastation Central, but it's going to have to be played. When you get here,
Raiders from.
The 3XK.
The 3XK, thank you for the raid.
Van Eyck a queen.
I am P-Day Trainer and National Master.
It's pretty slow.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. It is possible that you can go to T-Mobile or a local
The 3XK.
internet provider
Hey,
and get a see if I have it here. Do I have it here? You can get a box that will broadcast at a larger pace. Oh, I have it downstairs. I received some new Offer Spiel merchandise, which I have not yet worn. I haven't even tried it on for the most part. I have to do this.
The 3XK.
Leave it.
Said, I was listening to your podcast for part of stream 4. Chopin didn't he get to talk because someone kept talking?
Yeah, that was actually going to be my, David, aka Chess Chopin, is already a quiet fellow, but we resolved, thank you for listening to the podcast. I know I definitely dominated the podcast, unfortunately. Rogan and I definitely dominated as far as he was the only one bantering about me, but we were supposed to split up the subjects and have a point person for each different subject, so that way it won't just be between Rogan and I, because Rogan has been in my stream since the very beginning, and this was his brainchild. So I do feel for Chess Chopin. We're going to work it out today, the speaking roles. The first podcast, we were really, really roughing it. Those of you who have not yet caught the podcast, I think this is the link. Is that true? Let me make sure that that's the link.
The 3XK.
Yes, that is the link.
https www.stitcher.com show the French Bishop Chess Cast.
Oh, I want that one too. Good, good, good. That way you don't necessarily need it. But I have just started...
The 3XK.
Said, that S where I listened to there but Stitcher is ending I think.
Oh no. Vonica, before I lose you, are you in the tournament? Have you joined the dojo? For daily training. I do have a number of other streamers who often stream this event.
Spotify only because of you guys.
Spotify is still really good for free streaming. I don't know how the ads work, but I pay for a family plan. So my two daughters, the oldest of which I think is the same age as Vonica Queen. Bonnie is in Cambodia. She also, besides fitness,
3XK.
concentrates much of her life on
Because it downloads episodes and I
real
can listen to
estate.
them offline when
And I tell you, I want to buy something in Cambodia. I don't want to rent something in Cambodia. I want to buy something in Cambodia. I want to buy an apartment. If that's possible. If it's realistic. How long will it take me to get to Cambodia for a weekend visit if I were to buy an apartment to use my... So what are the best times of the year to be in Cambodia?
Vanica Queen.
Said, sound great.
But what are the best times of year to be in Cambodia? For example, Grandmaster Palbenko, whom I used to know from the old Manhattan Chess Club before it met its demise, would spend all of the summer months in New York, like from April through September, and then he would go to South America, Brazil, I believe, where he lived with his girlfriend Ruth Cardoso, also a very strong chess player. It is so great to have you here. Hold on here. I need to figure out, pretty sure, I mean, if you're going to make a regular appearance, That would be awesome. And you streamed before me. This is quite late for you, I think. I'm gonna... Actually, it's not that late for you. I take that back. It's only about 6 in the evening for you, give or take. Then kangaroo, and don't tell me I've nothing to do.
The 3XK.
Said. Me.
The 3XK.
Said. It's 11:42 m now.
Van Eyck Queen.
Said. For me is 4:40 p.m. here in Cambodia.
So you're an hour behind Singapore. Got it. Hold on here, I'm just looking at my world clock now. Why is it... Oh, it is working okay. Hold the phone here. There we go. My world clock used to have... Let me move it up a little bit more.
I was left to my own devices.
There we go. Better.
Days fell away with nothing to show. And the walls kept
Tumbling down in the city that we love.
Van Eyck
This is-
Queen, your clock is wrong. It's 11:43.
It's 11:43.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel
11:43 only because the 3XK is on Central European time, right?
like you've been
I can't wait until we go to
How am I gonna
Universal time.
missed about
That way we'll know when it is at all times. You know, I'm trying to work out the next broadcast of the French Bishop podcast,
up and lost in all
and I cannot, for the life of me,
in your pose as the dust settles
The 3XK.
around us.
Said.
And the
Yep.
walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love.
The 3XK.
Clouds roll over
Said.
the hills,
UTC.
darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed?
So that's shortened form of the podcast link. I have to save that one.
Almost feel like you've been here before.
Adcom
Am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about
FB.
this?
CC.
Do we begin the rubble of our sins? Oh, where do we begin the rubble of our sins? And the walls came tumbling down in the city that we love.
The French Bishop cast.
Gray clouds roll over
And we have to do a little bit of a recap of what happened in the World Cup. Hopefully we'll do it at the end of today. I think that we should start it after the first rounds today.
Have you released the podcast yet, Matt?
We have. You can call me John.
You've been here before.
Although,
How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed?
The 3XK.
at all?
Said. I have one objection to that podcast for Sloan.
oh no. You didn't mention one knight F3 as being the best move. 16 minutes ago.
We clawed, we chained
The
our
3XK.
hearts in vain,
Said.
returned.
There should be disclaimer that you were pro-London system there. It was controversial to have it on my stream.
Van Eyck Queen.
Said.
I put the link up here.
Name of podcast.
It is the French Bishop chess cast. I just put it right there as a command at long last. Thank you, Vanica. Although, I have to admit, the first one was really rough, and I spent way too much talking, and I have to fix my microphone. I have 2 other microphones in this room that I'm going to try to use that I am hoping will be better than the one that I'm using right now.
Said.
Thank you, love.
Well, check it out.
But it's my fault for not being as communicative as I could.
Said. https www.stitcher.com show the French Bishop chess cast Vanica Queen or that short link there too.
So I've been deciding, Vanica, that I'm going to do a money shorts and things like that, like advices for young students on handling money, setting aside money, and financial planning.
AFK to do stuff IRL too.
Pegasus Sway.
Said. The microphone works here, airplanes in the air.
That's because I live near JFK.
Said. Lurk.
My lurk is not enabled. How are we doing on our follower goals, by the way? It looks like we did not meet our deadline. We're gonna have to fix that.
Vanica Queen.
Said. Wow, that's amazing.
All right, now we're off. Oh no, and I have to start off with an easy opponent.
Vanica Queen.
What is going on here?
Subscribing.
Hold on. What is going on here? We didn't get the notification. Complete notification. That's interesting. All right, what do we need to work on here today, folks? F3. We're working on F3 today and controlling the center. I'm that much closer to getting... That's a good move. That looks like a pretty good move. F5. Let's just keep up the pressure on the center. Oh my gosh, you're going to do that to me? Can't believe he's going to do that to me. Oh my gosh, Ron. You are crazy, sir.
Vanica Queen.
Said. Thank you for sub.
Oh no. Oh no. I am struggling a little bit here, Vanica. Egads, folks. Jesus from a child. I have a lot of work cut out for me here. Whoop. That was not at all what I was expecting, honestly. Gonna have to start breaking down the walls.
Will come to you when there's no cold nights. When you've been loved and you know it.
This doesn't mean that we're done. We just have a very original position, and I have avoided losing a piece after losing a piece.
Will comfort you when there's no hope inside. Sadness in my eyes, no one gets.
So, Bonnie, did you just finish work for the day?
You smiled at me like Jesus to a child. Loveless and cold, with your last breath, you say
Really?
you smiled at me.
You're gonna do that to me?
Jesus to a child.
Van Eyck Queen.
Said. Yes, I do.
And what have I learned from all these tears I've waited for you?
Van Eyck Queen.
All these years
Said.
Oh, I'm getting tortured by Ron.
you took your love away, but now I say when you find a love, when you know that it exists, then the lover that you miss will come to you when there's
Egads, folks.
cold nights.
I'm not sure why I'm still playing on. Ron actually has an incredible record against me. He is ahead 187 to 167 right now. And I'm afraid I don't want to give in. Ark! Wrong rock.
And the songs we
Wrong rock.
sang, I'll sing them for you.
Queen to D2. Ah.
In the love
So my general rule for not resigning, by the way, everyone, is when they have a piece that's out of play, if they have one or two pieces that are not active and you are down a piece, you don't really have to consider resigning. So for example, I was actually considering rook f1, which would be met by bishop c4, or rook to e1, which is going to be met by rook to d2. I can't afford to trade any queens. I can't afford to do anything really. But he has now all of these extra pieces, and I'm in trouble. So I started off the day with 2 losses and a full point bye. I got a late start, of course. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know if it was still during COVID when I met Bonnie, and she was streaming way back when. And it was toward the end of COVID, I think, maybe a little bit before the end of COVID, maybe mid-COVID.
Van Eyck Queen.
Said. Have a great
Bonnie.
day in Master Chess Dojo. I get to go.
I'll talk to you later, okay? Let's do some on-stream lessons, yeah? You're going to enjoy it, trust me. All right, it's a deal. We did have a lesson on Zoom briefly at one time, but we have to do some really serious work now. I think that was like an intro lesson from what I remember. We covered a lot of the basics. Namaste.
for the big jump.
Pegasus sway.
Said. Wondering about the e5 move, if it was good or not. May look at it later.
That was what you told me.
If you've not yet followed Vonica, now is the time.
Said. THX for the game.
Van Eyck Queen.
Said. Yes, it's good.
So you're streaming tomorrow, Vonica. All right, deal. You've come so far since I remember you first starting out to stream. I tell you, you look so good and professional. I love your stream. I love the look. Keep up the great work. Mine is too busy. I have to scale mine back a bit. The main thing here is that I have a sponsorship from Chess Informant. And Vonica, I would suggest that I cannot think of a book right now for you from them because they have mostly advanced student possibilities.
Thank you.
There's the best of the best chess games and Old Wine in New Bottles. I love that one because it's a series of lessons by a grandmaster, but I think it's just too advanced on average. But 1000 Best of the Best is a selection of games that are definitely worth seeing. All right, I promise I will keep up the lines of communication. This is the classical Sicilian. It is the first Sicilian that I recommend after. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm going to go into the Draken. I don't mind going into the Draken. I don't mind going into the Draken here. Is this true? I don't recognize this particular line. I'm gonna have to recall this. Let's go with an avoiding simplification option. Stalker. He's definitely got his stuff down against this opening, that's for sure. We are in trouble, but we will do our best. Monica, thank you for stopping by. I miss you, kiddo. If I just lay here, just for a moment. All right, now the moment of truth. Now the moment of truth. What do I wish to do with this person?
On the first page of a story, the future seems so
so evil.
I don't know why I'm still surprised. Even angels have their wicked schemes, but
And you take that to new extreme.
but you'll always be my hero, even though you've lost your mind. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn, but that's
All right, now I have to decide.
I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry, but that's alright because I love the way you lie. I
Love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. Oh,
Now there's gravel
in our voices.
glasses shattered from the fight. In this tug of war, you'll always win,
Even
when I'm right. 'Cause you feed me fables from your hand, with violent words and empty threats. And it's sick that all these battles are what keeps me satisfied. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn, but that's alright.
Can I?
Cause I like the way it hurts.
Can I try to swipe upon?
Just gonna stand there and hear me cry, but that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. Whoa, I love the way you lie.
Cannot. I cannot do it.
So maybe I'm a masochist. I try to run, but I don't wanna ever leave till the walls are going up in smoke with all our memories. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn, but that's alright because I like the way it hurts.
Oh, that was not the best move.
Just gonna stand there and hear me cry, but
That's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
I love the way you lie. Whoa, I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Woo! That was close. I have to look that one up, everybody. We have to look that one up. I can't recall my theory in that particular line. Now, I was going to play E5 here. Let's check the master's database. I've never played this as white, so E5 is standard. Possibly best. Yeah, it's got to be best. E5, knight B3, bishop E7, and it's just a standard Boleslavsky position, which I haven't played in decades. Just a standard position. Now remember, I'm black in this position. I don't recommend this line for white. But in general, so we go through, we're here all the way through to equality, right? Doesn't get any more equal than this. Bishop d4. So what did I miss? Queen to b5 is normally the move played. And after queen to b5 takes, and rook to b8, we get counterplay against the b2 pawn with the help of this bishop. So here, bishop to d4. So this is all standard moves. So bishop to d4. I've never seen this move before. I'm supposed to ignore it with bishop to f5. And after bishop takes g7, rook on f to c8. Just ignore everything that is going on. How simple is that? How simple was that? So yeah, bishop f5 is the standard concept. Yeah, black is doing well here. And even after the move queen to b5, takes, and takes, that's normal here. Bishop to c4, bishop to b7, king to d2, and then a5. And we have a whole new ball game. Either in black's favor or it's equal. Alexander Shabalov, bishop h6. Shabalov had to play rook to e8. This prevents king to c2. Or at least I thought it did. Oops. This is why it prevents. And that was almost the end of the game. Max depth reached. Alright, we're back. D2. Right now we have one F3 in the works. I need to get 4 more F3s in. Que pasa? Alright, I'm willing to find out what's going on here. The importance behind bishop to e7, by the way, is to prevent rook to e1 in this position. So had I played knight f6, the natural move, d4, e4 would be met by rook e1. The pressure is still on, yeah? Now this pawn is hanging, the knight is hanging. All right, we have to decide. Is it worth it?
Sweat.
Said. Smells like sewage right now, but the farmer is out fertilizing the field right now, haha.
All right, I have to decide. Let's just keep developing. Oh, fine. I have to return the piece. I have to return the pawn. And now for something completely different. Knight to c5 was also tempting. Maybe that was a better move.
When your
Day is lost.
and the night is yours alone. When you're sure you've had enough of this life, hang on. Don't
Let yourself go.
'Cause everybody cries, and everybody hurts.
Sometimes.
Sometimes everything is wrong.
Yep.
Now it's time to sing along when your day is night alone. If you feel like letting go, if you think you've had too much of this life, hang on. 'Cause everybody hurts.
Whoops, I am Zugzwanged. That was a good move too. I was expecting bishop d4 check. Yeah, no counterplay.
Everybody
No counterplay.
sometimes.
Let's see what happened there, folks. Let's see what happened there. So is e5 a real move? e5 is not supposed to be a real move. All the other moves lead to equality, of course. But Jim Foskett did play this. So black is better for whatever reason. Am I still better after e4?
Talk to me, 'cause I can't read your mind. You put up a front
One more time. It smells like
inside.
this is Linda Diaz, by the way, a founding member of the dojo.
And tell you how you should be.
Queen takes c4. Was that really an option?
But would you
Wow,
and share
that was really an option. I just missed queen takes c4. That's crazy. For some reason, I thought he still had a white squared bishop on the board. So we're still on to f3. This is our second f3 of the day. We need 3 more today.
I could make a million guesses. Or you could let me know.
Oh, come on, you have to show up, sir. So for those of you wondering what the rating to the right is, that is the performance rating after 4 games.
So sexy, sweet when you tell me exactly what you need. Vulnerability, want you to build with me. Trust me,
I am hoping that Vonica Queen joins the dojo and plays every single day, and I will even start it earlier, or actually later. On weekends it's 8 a.m., but she's probably already in the gym by then. The secret? Oh no. He is here. Let's see if I can find my... I'm gonna message him real quick. Let's message him quick. This is his first day in the dojo. We'll know in a moment if he's going to show up. He hasn't logged out of the internet just yet. I have a world champion project that I need a lot of help with. Hopefully Vonica Queen and a couple of other students are going to be able to do it. Please subscribe to YouTube for the instructional videos. I will have a from the ground up series for those players that need the fundamentals and the foundations in real game format, usually using the games of polymorphy. So I'm going to change my microphone now, 52 minutes into the stream, if I can. I'm going to change my microphone to the old one to see which one is better. Testing, testing, testing. So at 52 minutes into the broadcast, we're changing our microphone to this one. Let's just see something here for a moment. I don't think that F3 counts as a game. But we'll check our GTO, by the way. In case anyone doesn't understand what GTO means, it's Game Theory Optimal, and I need to put that into that. So it did count. That one did count as a game. For whatever reason, we're at 157. And we need, I want to round it off to an even 160. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. 525 I like too much. A3 is at 55. E3 is at 235. Fair enough. Let's just see how Nintendo Warrior is doing. Grand Monster 41. He gats. Leading with our king. Was it checkmate in 2 moves there, though, instead of king up? I feel like it was very close to checkmate in a couple of moves. Check, check. So let's see, check. King has to run. Maybe the king doesn't have to run in that direction. But it would be checkmate if king to h6, queen to g7, king takes h5, bishop f3, King h4 and queen to g4 checkmate. So, therefore, after queen takes g3, king to f6, queen to f4, king to e7, or we could also just threaten after queen to g3, queen to g3, king to f6, we can just move our king over, and it's very hard to stop this mate. But he apparently needed a second queen. The first queen wasn't good enough. Ron Hay versus Sergey. Is Sergey still running away with the tournament? Sergey is number 3 in the tournament right now. Archipelago. What a great name. Archipelago stopped playing. Why would Archipelago stop playing? Maybe they had to head off to work. They look like they're still online. Or head back to work. As Ron Hay. Are you on vacation, Ron? Sometimes in Europe you get like the end of July or the month of August off. Like an entire company will allow the opponents to go for 4 weeks at any given moment toward the end of the summer or the beginning of summer, depending on how it's arranged. Let's see, G2 Chowdhury. In the middle of the pack, we have a very tedious endgame here. So rook takes, pawn takes, king up, and it looks like Zug's fault. d6, king takes d6, king takes d4, and this would be a winning endgame for black. Therefore, we don't exchange rooks. No, I would have left it there, and I would have probably considered coming around, because if rook takes h5, then e4 check, and rook takes h5, and then e3 check. Life has become a little more difficult here. Not sure this is helping. This pawn promotes faster. Or does it? I would have checked to check. Check? This has become a little more problematic. Now you want to move to a square where there are no further checks. This was the square to not have any further checks. The person with the extra pawn lost. Inherent understanding of how the pieces move is how you become a master. Be truthful and brutally honest. You have to be able to coordinate the pieces in small pairs.
Good luck with the upcoming podcast, Chief Master Chess Dojo.
Thank you, Chess Coach Andres, the legend, in the house. Yeah, our first one was very rough, I have to admit. I spoke way too much. We didn't have a process for divvying up the speaking roles.
Said, I am about to hop online.
Awesome.
Said, oh, I have not listened yet.
Chess Coach and Driss.
Yeah, I spent too much time talking, telling stories and all of that. We have 3 of us, by the way. There are 3 of us. Hold on, I'm trying to get my F3s in. As part of a GTO strategy, I'm playing 200 games with every first move. Oh, thanks. You are the man. In fact, I'm going to give the double fist pump. The Chess Coach Andres, motivational, enthusiastic. Let's go get it. Now he is definitely the inspiration and the heart and soul of this podcast. Uh-oh, do I have another opponent not show up? I play F3 and they don't do it. Hold on here, 1 second. Let's message him to wake him up. I have a standard message. It's your turn in our Swiss. You're going to get paired even if you're not present, so please withdraw if you have to leave. Have a good day. But he's not online, unlike the previous guy. This happens in Swisses all the time. It's the drawback to a Swiss over an arena. In an arena, whether you're on Lichess or on chess.com, you don't get paired. But check out Chess Coach Andres' YouTube channel. It is amazingly informative. Far better than mine, even though I don't mind the subs to try to get me in gear here. But Chess Coach Andres has some seriously focused, good quality content. My content is more along the lines of the average study method that we used to do in the old days, going over games, trying to determine what the right plans are, where the worst placed or best placed pieces are, where the weaknesses are, and what is the opponent's big idea. I think the number one mistake that young players make is not paying attention to what the other guy has in mind. So my number one error, everyone, that I see people making is that they will attack a piece and that piece moves across the board and checkmates them. They just don't look at what the opponent's doing, right? It's just like you attack a queen and then the queen goes to h7 and checkmates them. I'm like, dude. But I'm sorry I haven't been on in a while. With between the podcast and everything else. Absolutely. But Chess Coach Andres tells it like it is. There are three, although I'm drawing a blank on the third one, but there are three chess coaches that share the same schooling and upbringing that I had, mainly because we're all from the same generation. And that is Grandmaster Danish Boris, Chess Coach Andres, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one right now. But Andres, I have also been very good friends with Judith Polgar since she was 16 years old. She had her 16th birthday party in New York City at the Beacon at the Beacon Hotel near the United Nations building. And she has always been so kind to me. So whenever she sees me at a tournament, she like wheels me over. And in London, I know she was in a special commentary booth around the corner. And I can't believe she spotted me, which was very cool of her. She spotted me in New York in 2016 first, and I can't thank her enough for her kindness. She also met a group of my girls. You know, back in the day, they had these appearance fees. If you needed the Polgar sisters to do anything back in the day, you had to usually make arrangements either through their father or making whatever sort of scheduling offer or something like that. And I messaged Sophia Polgar because I talk to her more often than I do Judith. Judith is someone I see professionally when we're at chess tournaments together. But I messaged Sophia Polgar about where Judith was going to be at whatever moment. And she told me she was going to be in New York at whatever time. And I had a group of my chess girls from Chapin. I think it was a group of about a dozen, a little less than a dozen, meet her at the Hungarian embassy, and she had chessboards set up, and she talked to them about their interests and enthusiasm, and she didn't charge a thing. She's such a sweetheart. She's so good. She fit it into her schedule to give us like an hour of her time, and it was very cool. Very, very cool. But Susan Polgar has always recommended me for lessons since she lived in New York. She had a chess club. Yeah, Susan Polgar had a chess club in Queens in Rego Park, the Polgar Chess Center. And I would direct tournaments, including internationals, for her.
Working with Judith was a delightful experience for me too.
Yeah, she's a truly great and sincere and nice person. All of the sisters are, for the most part. They're really great people. Susan of the three is the most business-minded and professional as far as, you know, I can't put it into words, but needless to say, a lot like AK and Nemsko. Nemsko is very business-minded to a certain extent as well, as far as creating content and all of that stuff. Well, I'm cleaning my touch screen and I accidentally withdrew. But yeah, Susan Polgar, when she was in New York, those were some great times. In fact, I think she organized one of Irina Krush's Grandmaster Norm tournaments at the Elmhurst Hospital. I remember it was when she was in Queens. Elmhurst Hospital had a nice conference center, and we had the tournament there. And then years later, when the original arbiter, I was the assistant arbiter of the tournament. So the original arbiter is no longer with us, so I had to recreate her Grandmaster Norm for that tournament. And FIDE accepted it from me because the original arbiter was no longer alive. Now, I'm not a FIDE arbiter, so I was very thankful that her norm was accepted for her to become a Grandmaster, because that was truly a great tournament for her. And for it to not be accepted because she didn't have the proper paperwork filled out because the original director is no longer with us would have been a tragedy. Another fellow came to me, William Morrison. He should be an IM now, but they did not accept his norm recreation from me because he was also in another tournament like that, and I tried to help him, but because I didn't have all of the details of that particular tournament, so, I mean, that was a much harder one for me to recreate. I did not have all the details, so I couldn't do it for him. So even though I tried to verify it and all of that, without the actual stuff, it wasn't going to work. He also was in the same category of having been in a tournament by the no longer with us Jerome Bibbold. Jerry Bibbold was the arbiter, and he did a great job organizing events back in the day, and he was always calling on me to do the bulletins, to be there for setting up and rules and things like that. Those were the days. Many people are very perturbed with me that I didn't actually follow through with becoming a FIDE arbiter, but I enjoy teaching chess too much.
You are a living history book, sir. I could listen to your stories for days.
Oh, thank you. Chess Coach Andres, are you streaming yet? I apologize. I'll hang about until I can raid you, even though I don't have that much to contribute. I was listening to another YouTube. Yeah, I live near JFK. That's why we have the airplanes. I never have the soundproof window open, usually. But it's such a lovely morning that I want the air coming in. It looks like I'm whited out here on my camera again. The sun is coming in.
Said. About to hop on.
Chess Coach Andres.
Alright.
Said. But no rush.
We'll do a little bit of puzzle streak while we wait, for example. And we'll promote the podcast again. Where is it?
Said. Have you linked to Spotify Cast?
Yes. If you have not yet followed Chess Coach Andres, he's the best. So I think that's the link that I have here. That is the shortened link for the Spotify episode. Yep. I don't like how these things don't always let you break through right away. That little sneaky bishop in the corner over here, not as easy to spot at first. So, for Chess Coach Andres and many others who have this nice focused material, I do use a lot of history in my lessons for the most part. For example, before William Steinitz, the primary method of winning a chess game was to play for checkmate. And if you didn't play for checkmate, if you didn't play for the raging attacks, if you didn't play in the romantic method, people thought less of you. So therefore, the primary method for winning games would be to checkmate the opponent. But there are 3 ways to win a chess game, and it is thanks to Steinitz that we have more respect for all of the ways to win a chess game. For example, winning material and achieving a better endgame. So basically, you don't have to checkmate your opponent to win the game, but it helps. You can also play for small advantages in space and time, achieving a better endgame and achieving pawn promotion. Or you can take advantage of your opponent's lack of coordination and win material, and then through attrition, exchanging all of the material, you will checkmate your opponent later. So for example, in this case, the weak pawn is on d6, and winning the pawn and exchanging pieces is just as important as anything else. Now I am a little concerned about bishop to h2, bishop g3, and queen h2 mate. I am mildly concerned about this. So knight takes, king to f8, and if knight takes bishop, we get mated. Oh no, they don't have a discovery. They do not have a discovery. I'm going to turn off the auto next just to demonstrate that one. We only won a pawn that time, but I just want everybody to understand that if the king went to f8 and the knight takes on f5, we are up a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black only has 3 minor pieces. We are going to win the endgame with the help of the extra minor piece. We are going to. I'm just going to keep an eye out here. I realize I didn't have... So we're going to end it on this note for the most part, because basically there is no check and there is no discovery because the queen is hanging. This was a simple takes combination. The opponent gave away a piece for a pawn on the pretense. We're removing the defender. Now we've won the exchange. We also had rook to g1 if the queen attempted to take. And in this manner, we're going to fork the king and the knight. We're up a piece. We should move on to win the game. So if you've not yet subscribed and followed the YouTube broadcast or the French Bishop Chesscast, please do so. And of course, Chess Coach Andres, with whom we are about to raid. Let's roll the ending credits. Thanks to everyone for being here. Oh, he started that. He might be, I might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Bye bye.
Alright. Cheers and ciao, everyone. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to Chess Informant. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers and ciao. Talk to you soon.